This video was brought to you by manco.store. I bet you thought I was going to say trade. It's owned by the same people though, and manco.store is a place where you can sell your Team Fortress 2 items for real world cash. It works in the same way other sites like this, like marketplace.tf, OP skins, etc. do. I'm going to have a full video coming out on this tomorrow. They only take 5% commission, and they offer cash outs in PayPal and Bitcoin. And you also have the possibility to advertise your items with your own personal shop link. Check them out in the link below. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video. Today, this is going to be another episode in the Outfit Battles series. If you're not familiar with the concept of this series, essentially you guys send me in screenshots of your favourite loadout that you own or what you believe to be your best loadout, and I face it off against something pretty similar. Another loadout someone else has sent in that they believe it's their best or their favourite, and you guys vote whose loadout you prefer, which cosmetics you think look nicer, which is wackier, whatever the battle is, you guys decide who wins. So with that being the case, I'm going to show you all the submissions from the last video and the results, show you who won. If you'd like to submit your own outfit for the Outfit Battles series, then a link to my Discord will be down below. Just join the Discord, go in the Outfit Battles room and submit a screenshot of your loadout for a chance of being in. It doesn't need to have unusuals or anything crazy. This series always features loadouts with unusuals and without unusuals to keep it fair for everyone. So, without further ado, let's get into last episode's results. So, in the first round we saw the face-off between Shadow, Chewy's Heavy and Defects Heavy. This one was really close, with 421 votes being cast in total. Shadow Chewy, or Chevy, I'm still not sure how to pronounce that, got 228 votes compared to Defect's 193, meaning he came out on top with 54%. Round 2 was the Pyro. We saw Lilac Pyros versus Daft Swings Pyro. 368 votes were cast in total, with Lilac Pyro taking that W with 250 votes cast for them, compared to Daft Swings' 118. The next battle was between the Scouts of Jachi Chu and Ret Mispar. 341 votes were cast by you guys, and it was very close, going to a 55% 45% split, with Jachi Chu taking the victory with 187 votes compared to Ret Mispar's 154. Round 4 was between the soldiers of fellow TF2 YouTuber Sergeant and Mickey the Mouse. 329 votes were cast, 193 of them went to Sergeant and 136 went to Mickey the Mouse. And the final round was the Spy round, and this is, once again, relatively close. We didn't have any landslide victories in this episode. But we did see Don Cheadle's Spy take the victory against Tellurian's Spy. 151 votes went to Tellurian and 172 went for Don Cheadle out of the 323 cast in total, meaning that Don Cheadle achieved 53% of results. So guys, that is just about it for the results from the last episode. If you want to vote for the matchups you're about to see, please do take the time to go into the straw polls down below. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first battle we're going to be looking at today is a battle of two sniper loadouts. This first sniper loadout belongs to Rody, and it consists of a Miami Night Swagman Spotter, a Poacher's Safari Jacket, and a Strange Sahutsalot. I do really like this loadout. It's very simplistic, but I love the Safari Jacket and the Swagmans, and I guess even the Sahutsalot fits into this kind of like safari, zookeeper, almost animal type theme we've got going on here. Everything just works really well together. I love Miami Nights. I think it's a very, very underrated effect, and everything just looks good. It's also worth noting as well, there is an Australian sniper rifle, which does always stand out. I never really point out weapons in this series, but if you think that would be a good thing for me to do, then I'll probably do that. This is going to be going up against Bipolar Turtle's sniper loadout. Bipolar Turtle is a patron of mine, and his loadout consists of a Circling Hearts Wetworks, a Strange Villain's Veil, and once again, a Strange Sahutsalot. We're actually seeing the Sahutsalot appear in two loadouts in this episode, which is quite cool. But it's also, of course, worth noticing there is a Fountain of Delight taunt in there as well, which is always nice to see because it goes very well with that Circling Heart effect. But yeah, as far as the cosmetics go, everything works perfectly together. I think the white paint on the Wetworks and the white Villain's Veil look great, and I think the Sahutsalot isn't painted, but I really don't think it needs to be. I do think that the white paint on the Veil and the Wetworks with that Circling Heart work really well. It makes the pink of the Circling Heart and the pink of the Fountain Delight pop a lot more, and they really do stand out as effects. Very, very good loadouts from both of you, and I can't wait to see who wins this. I really don't know who I'd vote. Both of these loadouts are so clean and simplistic and just work great together. Round 2 is going to be the Engineer, and we are seeing Spaced Out's Engineer, which consists of a vivid plasma hat with no name, a thermal insulation jacket, and the Texas half pants. It's really interesting to see the Texas half pants used with the insulation jacket, because that's like a very, very obviously winter themed cosmetic with something that isn't so winter themed, but I actually really like how it looks, and that brown paint on the hat with no name isn't overly noticeable because the default colour is a shade of brown, but it goes really well with those Texas half pants, which I think is nice. And the vivid plasma goes with that Australian wrench. Once again, I'm actually paying attention to the Australian weapons, but yeah, vivid plasma with Australian, always a solid shout. Just everything about this looks really good. I love how the hat with no name looks. Like, you get this kind of like sheriff or old-fashioned like cowboy kind of vibe, and especially when comboed with those Texas half pants, it really does look good. This is going to be going up against Mojo's Engineer, which consists of a frostbite modest pile of hat, a aloha apparel, and the level 3 chin. Now, the level 3 chin and the modest pile of hat and the aloha apparel all together kind of give me like an ICT teacher type vibe. Like, there was always one teacher in my school who would look very similar to this, but I actually really like how it looks, you know. I think the level 3 chin and the modest pile of hat do go kind of well together, and that aloha apparel really do kind of solidify this casual laid back type vibe that we're getting here. It's also worth noting as well, frostbite is a beautiful effect, man. It doesn't get the love it deserves, and it really does complement this loadout well. A summer shirt with a winter effect. I'd say everything adds up here. But for round 3, guys, we're going to be taking a look at these 2 scout loadouts. This is Danke or Dank scout loadout that consists of the cadet visor, the fast learner, and the federal casemaker. He actually noted that this loadout is meant to be futuristic, and I do kind of see that, especially even with the default pose of this scout. The way he's kind of got his head down is almost mysterious, and you can see the cadet visor. I mean, I don't know if it's that futuristic, but I do think the casemaker and the visor definitely do contribute to that well. I think the colours look really nice. You can't see the visor, but there is obviously like a blue tint to it. It is a team coloured cosmetic. And I really can't knock this loadout. A very nice combination of cosmetics. You don't see the casemaker used on the scout too often because it only recently, or I say recently, it hasn't been an all-class hat for as long as a lot of the others. So a really nice simplistic combination here. This is going to be going up against Matt Griss's scout loadout that consists of the wipeout wraps, the blizzard breeches, and the trucker's topper. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest here. I didn't even know the trucker's topper was a multi-class hat, but it actually looks so good on the scout. Like, I don't know what it is about this loadout, or maybe it's just the way the cosmetics are working together, but that like mullet hair underneath the red cap and the red jacket just looks so good to me. And the blizzard breeches are one of my favourite like leg cosmetics as well. Like, this loadout just looks really good. It genuinely looks like someone you'd see in real life. Like, this looks very presentable and realistic as far as TF2 loadouts go. Up next though, we have the battle between Pyro loadouts, which are a bit less realistic. This first Pyro belongs to Doctor and consists of the Brutal Bouffant, the Pyromancer's Mask, and the Lunatic's Leathers. I've never seen the Bouffant combined with the Pyromancer's Mask, actually. That's quite an obscure combination, because you've got this like skull head with a luscious lock of hair resting on top of it, which is a bit strange, but I mean, I kind of dig it. I think the leathers and the Mancer's Mask go really well together. This kind of like rock vibe. Like, I don't mean to be like a meme or anything, but like, this is a pretty edgy loadout, you know. Like the skull mask, the spikes on the jacket, the black hair over one eye. This is like the emo Pyro loadout. This is going to be going up against Cold Heart's Pyro though. Cold Heart's Pyro consists of the Last Breath, the Antlers, and the Soot Suit. I mean, it's a pretty basic loadout. I really like how the Soot Suit looks though. I think the Soot Suit is almost complemented by the Last Breath and the colours on it. And those antlers on the Last Breath do look really cool as well. That's a combination I didn't think I'd see. Reindeer antlers on the Pyro's skull is something I didn't expect to see, but nonetheless though, a pretty cool loadout. Again, 2 very simplistic loadouts with 2 very different themes. I think this one is a lot less serious than the other one. But guys, for the final round of this episode, we have the 2 soldier loadouts. This first one is going to belong to Beanstalker and consists of a kilowatt Chieftain's Challenge, I completely forgot what that was called then, a Strange Brawling Buccaneer, and a Strange Compatriot, all of which are painted Australian gold. And he has a strange festive rocket launcher. I think that's a festivized rocket launcher. You nearly got me there. But I really like how this loadout looks, man. I think the Compatriot is such a nice touch. Like initially when you look at this loadout, it's not the first thing you see, but then when you see it, it really does complement the kilowatt and the gold paint of all the other cosmetics. I don't think I've actually seen a painted Compatriot. I could be wrong, but when it's painted gold, it really does complement loadouts. It really stands out once you notice it and looks perfect. I mean, this is some very, very good work in terms of painted cosmetics, as it doesn't look too over the top in my opinion. This is going to be going up against Juice Zumia's soldier loadout. And I think this is the first time I've actually seen an unusual shelmet used. There is of course a Chiroptera venata, apologies if I said that wrong, shelmet, along with a lime painted Antarctic Parker and a lime painted Bruce's bandana. So once again, two heavily painted loadouts. There's also a isotope aquamarine rocket launcher, I believe that is. That's why I paired these two up. They're both heavily painted, heavily themed, and I think both of them do work really well. The lime on the whole head region, like nothing is exposed here, is a bit overwhelming, I suppose, like especially because there's green effects on each side of it. But I just do think it looks really good. It stands out, which is what I believe the owner was going for. And he's definitely done that well, you know, like it's a very green loadout. I love Chiroptera venata as an effect, and the lime paint on the shelmet really does make it pop a little bit more than that dark green default colour. It's going to be so interesting to see who you guys vote for. But guys, that's just about it for this video. If you did enjoy, please do remember to leave a like and leave your thoughts down below. If you'd like to see more videos like this and general gaming content, do be sure to subscribe. Please do take the time to vote in all the straw polls down below, guys. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and peace.